What up, YouTube? Your boy KD is back for another one. Yes, sir. So we came back to go over this interview that we did with Wallo, him and Club Shay Shay. There was another part of it that I wanted to go over, so we're going to go over that today. He talks about his situation when his brother died and who killed him and how he didn't want to retaliate because it wasn't built in him. And I feel like a lot of people really need to hear this part too. So we're going to get to the video. I'm going to give my thoughts afterwards. And you know what time it is. It's time for Just My Opinion. Let's go.
You mentioned that you had to forgive your brother's killer. How long did it take you? Because they say forgiveness is not for the person that wronged an individual. The forgiveness is for the person that's been wronged.
May came to see me. So my niece, she come to see me the week after her dad get killed. This the first time I meet this little girl. I'm telling you, she was like 4 or 5. She was like probably 4 or 5, but she was like 50. Mm. So when she came in around the visiting room, she jumped on my lap. She said, "Oh, when you come home, you're not leaving. You're not coming back, is you?" I'm like, "No, I'm not coming back." She said, "I need you to take me here." She telling me all this stuff. And my nephew there too, I'm just talking to him. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, damn, somebody finally counting on me. Mm. Somebody looking at me in the way I never had nobody look at me. You see what I'm saying? In that way, my little brother, I was always in the penitentiary, so my little brother Jalal, we really didn't have the time. So I'm like, damn, this little person looking at me like that, she putting a lot of power and a lot of energy on me. Mm. And so I already had it in my mind because I'm gonna just tell you something. Shannon, I'm not built like that to go kill no black man. I'm not built like that. I'm not designed like that. I'm not tough like that. I'm not ruthless like that. I'm not heartless like that. That's just not me. And my worst fear in the history of life, I don't give a f*** how I die. I don't care what happened. But if a black man kill me, you're going to hear my scream until life ends for everybody. You're going to hear my pain. My tears is going to flood the ghettos of America. I don't care about nothing else. But don't let me go out like that. Mm.
I wonder why we can't feel that way. I believe him, man. I believe that he's just not that person, man. And maybe we need to start trying to get our kids and our boys to feel that same way. Like, we're just not that person to go out there and just kill another black man. But we don't feel that way. We don't feel that way. And it's sad, man. It's sad. Let's get back to the video.
So I said to myself, I ain't built like that. Why I want you dead? Because I don't know. Listen, I don't know what happened that night, why it happened. Only thing I know is my brother got shot. He ran to my grandma's house. She opened the door. He died in the arms. I ain't built like that to see nobody else go out like that. I ain't built like that. I ain't cut like that, Shannon. I ain't designed like that. Just because you hurt Nanny, I don't want to hurt your grandma. For what? If I hurt your grandma, when the shit gonna stop?
It's a continuous cycle. You said that by not retaliating, it gave you the freedom to spend time with your family.
When I got out of jail, right, I ain't have a lot, but I had everything. Because I remember something. Back in the day in the ghetto, we ain't had nothing, but we had each other, so we had everything. So I'm like, damn. I told her I was gonna take her to these places that I ain't even know I had to take her to them.
Right.
Because I ain't know these places. I just was telling her, I'm in jail. She's like, you gonna take me here? Yeah, I know that. I'm just listening to her on the phone. I got you, I'm gonna take you there. So when I get there, I'm like, you ain't telling me this shit costs all this money. You know, I'm on a budget. I ain't know it said Five Below. I go in there and spend $50. God damn. Yeah. They said Five Below. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff for $5.
Right.
So she got me in there, Mom, don't be buying all that. I'm like, I got to. I just wanted to show up, not just financially. I wanted to show up mentally, emotionally. I wanted to show up for them. And that was my whole thing. So it was like, bang. That was all it was about, was living for them and being able to see them to see me, for me to be an example to my niece and nephew and them, and even for my grandma, like, boy, you can do something with yourself. Because I wanted to prove Nanny right. She always said, you special. But I'm like, special? What you mean? Why would I be special? I'm thinking she crazy. Telling me I'm special. I live in the ghetto. I didn't know you could be special coming from the ghetto.
Dirk said, this mofo really dropping tears for this ish. Do you feel like he heard what you were saying? Do you feel like the guy, not only did they listen, because a lot of times people listen to respond, but did they listen to understand what you were saying?
I hollered at a lot of them afterwards. Someone would call me. It's not about them listening, it's about conditioning. It's about environmental. You can listen to everything that I say, but a lot of time, as I'm still growing, I don't have the resources to remove you from the danger that you're up against every day. A lot of things these young plovers, they do here, they smart. A lot of them are smart. But their environment don't allow them to grow. Because I can't move out of this environment right here. And I know them dudes down them block, they want to kill me. I got to protect myself. I want to kill. So it's deep. We tell these kids a lot of things. And all we do is criticize young black male every way possible. We criticize them as much as possible, but we don't bring no resources. You know what I mean? People make money off of just criticizing us and talking down on not just us as black people. Mm-hmm. But they don't got no, okay, you criticizing us. You got all these gigantic platforms. What we doing is cool, Shannon, but they got huge media platforms where they just want to tear the people down in the black community, but they ain't coming up with no solution and they ain't bringing no funding.
But I think the other thing is that we're turning each other down too. Like, we don't even help each other. And if we do try to help each other, somebody talk down on it. Or we don't support it. So we tear each other down too. I hear so many times that, they don't trust black people, or we don't trust each other, or we can't work with each other. We arguing all the time. Can't even get along. So I don't think it's anybody else's issue. I think the issue is with us. We have to figure out how we need to figure out us and what we need to do better. We need to figure out or get people together to try to figure out a solution to the problem of what we having in our communities. I think it's more than poverty, man. It's just I think it's more to do with the hate that we have for each other. We always had black people in poverty. That ain't new. That ain't new. I think it's just that we hate each other. Because back in the day, they used to do a lot more for each other because we had to. Because we was forced to. But when we start getting a little bit included into situations, now we want to move off. We want to branch off. No, I don't trust that dude. I don't trust this one. But when we had to make a way, we made a way for each other. We helped each other. We lost that.
So I can tell these young brothers this, that, and the third, but they still got to take care of their baby, and they got to figure out the only way that they know. And in order to really take somebody to another level, you got to have time, energy, and resources to deprogram them so you can reprogram them. The programming was hit. The dehumanization of black people by black people was strong. This is some shit that we done. It started from when a little boy is young, and he playing on the swing, and he fall, he start crying. Boy, be tough, don't cry. We're taught to ignore and bury our emotions and our feelings and our vulnerability. That's not cool, that's not tough. So all that stuff right there is a real big programming that took place by us alone. So how do we come up out of that? It's going to be deep. It's going to take a lot.
How does one outgrow the environmental aspects, the constraints in which he or she is brought up in, if they're not removed from that environment? Because the fish is only going to get so big if the tank is not conducive for it to grow. A tree is only going to get so big if their environment is not conducive. So if you put a tree in a tub, it's only going to get as big as the tub allows. Now, if you take that tree out of a tub and let it grow in a 50-acre field, it can grow, it can flourish. How difficult is it to reprogram? You say reprogram so I can program in the right aspect. How difficult is it to do that?
In the history of our community, the people that was able to do that, it was a few. Educational relocation is the greatest thing that happened to college. See, a lot of people talk, oh, you need college. Oh, we understand that you might come out here bills, but college exposed you to other cultures.
Yeah.
See, the hood lack exposure to the world. And a lot of times you don't never think about everybody that left. Mostly everybody that left, you never really see them come back because they meet other towns, they get relationships with people, and they go. Mm-hmm. They go and they see the world. They're the ones that come back. Most of the time, them people that go and get the education, they're the strongholds of the family. They're the ones that the family count on. Call your uncle. Call your aunt. She down there, she's a doctor, she's a lawyer, We got to start educating ourselves, making sure the kids is educated, putting books in their hand over tablets. We got to start there because I'm not going to say we had the point of no return, but some people is just stuck and they're using that as a badge of honor. Sometimes in our hood, ignorance is a badge of honor. It's a cool thing. Nobody want to, we can't say that about, because anytime black people say things about black people, they ain't supposed to say that out loud or whatever. I don't know how that shit goes. Yeah. But sometimes it's a badge of honor. Oh, I'm this. Think about it. We put on a pedestal the criminals. The American way. At the end of the day, we love the successful criminal. We love Tony Soprano. We love Scarface. We love Michael Corleone. Mm-hmm. This is proof. The judge, the lawyer, the district attorney, the presidents, all them people, they love the movies. So the programming is deep.
How difficult is it?
Yeah, I'm going to stop it there and we're going to talk about this. I think that the crazy thing is like some people who grow up in these communities, they really don't leave those communities. They stay in their little circle of place that they're in. And I think if they got more of a wider variety of the world and out of their own environment, they could probably see that it's more out there. There's more promise. I think where I'm staying right now, I see a lot of it. I see a lot of black people who don't have any hope. They okay with just getting by. They don't have any dreams or aspirations. They just cool with where they are. And the violence that's going on in this area and the things that I see and the people that I talk to just even from work, you just realize like, man, they just really don't have a lot of hope. But you got to get out of that environment. You got to go somewhere else. You got to do something different. And it may take, a lot for you to do it, but you just got to find a way to get away from that and show your kids something different. They don't have to, always see the same things. Send them across town. Let them see some things in other areas and other places. Travel. And I know it's hard to travel, but it really doesn't cost so much if you can just drive just maybe like an hour or two just to see something different in a different area, a different town. But I think a lot of it is just because you're so caught up into the area and what you're doing in the little section of the world that you have, you forget that it's bigger than that. And all you worried about is what's happening right around you. So I do agree, it's going to be hard to deprogram the youth from this whole idea like being hard and, dying for the hood or dying for a color. But I think we could do it, but I just think it's going to be a hard task because it's so embedded in us that this is the way to go. Me being hard makes me a man. And it just doesn't. It just doesn't. I think, if more men will get in the community or at least try to raise their kids, I know it'd be hard in some situations. Some women don't want you to have your kid and they try to do everything they can to keep you away from your child. But you just got to try, man. Our community is dying. It's crazy just thinking about. And me being a black man, I got black kids and I don't want anything to happen to my kids. And so man, I don't know. It's hard to even just think about it. But that's been my show. If you like the show, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, tell me what you think about this topic, what you felt about what he said, and what you see that we could do different, man. Please leave those comments, subscribe, share with your friends. And I'm gonna get out of here, man. And that's been the show, and I'm out. Peace.